All right. Hello, Jacob Brown. Oh no, the next season is here. My body isn't ready. Yeah. We ended the season with Peter being killed and it being pretty clear that oh god, blanking on his name. Lucien is going to be our new vice president, although we haven't officially done that yet. But with Peter being dead, wait a second. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. I think we made a mistake. The Isn't the story that they ran off together? That means there can't be a funeral, so I can't get the crocodile tears achievement. Oh no. I just realized, you know what, let me double check. I think there's a guide that allegedly says how to get the achievement. Let me check this. Crocodile tears. Okay. You know, we're gonna do it. I get it, Alec. It's fine. Like, look, we gotta push forward. There's nothing we can do, but I think we might still be able to do it. All right, selecting our new vice president. The day I'd been dreading since Peter's death. At the entrance to my office, a new secretary, Sylvia, took my hat and coat. He was a matronly woman in her 40s. She had a spotless background. Replacing Livia had been easy, but replacing my vice president would be difficult. Swedish law dictated that if the vice president failed to complete his term, new candidates would be put forward by members of the cabinet. I'm going to put the music down a little. Hold on. Okay. No roses for Peter. No. I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be okay. Because, like, his body's got to show up, right? Or something. Or did they get rid of the body? Freaking, oh, shoot. Fell. Hold on. Okay. After much deliberation, it's been down to 3: Lucien, Gloria Tori, and Albin Clavin. It's gonna be Lucien. I think we all know that. He knows this. He knows so much. It's gotta be him. Sir. So, Vice President Galad, what do you think? You already know what I think, Mr. President. In my current capacity as Chief Strategist, I have evaluated the experience and capabilities of your potential Vice Presidents. Objectively, I am by far the most qualified candidate. I would advise you not only to think about our long history together, but also the many crises I have helped shepherd you through. I believe my work speaks for itself. Let's see here. You're such a valuable strategist. I don't know if I can afford to lose you in that capacity. Yeah, it could be better. I expect you'll make the right decision. Yeah, so Gloria comes in. You know, I was not at all surprised. Blah, 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 blah. So... Why were you not surprised? You learned some things. Member of the Assembly, the Conservatives. I am the leader of the Conservative Ring. What are you getting at? Well, let's be blunt. We would have more votes. Bills can pass. We are already aligned. Makes things easier. I don't think... I don't think... Excuse me. Oh, I'm trying to pick the voice. I love to turn this on Gloria, but it also is very role-playing here. It's like... I don't think Swordland's ready for a female vice president. I'm not just any woman, Mr. Rain. I was able to protect order in a room of unruly men for 7 years. Make the right choice. That'll be all for now, thank you. Oh, I thought there was something... Oh, it's because we didn't have that particular discussion, but I think there's a thing where, like, if we're pushing women's rights and she goes, no, it's not the right time, they need to wait, like, we could say something like that to her. It's pretty fun. Okay, great honor to have been chosen as a candidate. Yeah, so I think we promised him he'd be the VP, but he didn't even deliver the vote, so fuck him. We need to catch up with the modern things. We can soar to new heights. I did not ask about your opinions. What can you provide me with? Reformists will support us. Help me move our administration. If you would join the administration, I don't think that's likely. We need dynamic, youthful leadership. Remind you, you promised me a position in exchange for my support at the assembly. Yeah. Dang it, I thought there would be something because the Constitution fails where I could say something like, we didn't pass the Constitution, bro. So you get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir! So, times have changed. Trust your judgment. That'll be all for now, thank you. Alright. Get out of here. You could hear Peter's voice laughing in his head. What is this, like some Hamlet Macbeth shit now? Some Telltale Heart? I'm thinking about I hear Peter's voice in my head when he freaking is dead now. Sword and Lesbia Pact, strong commitment, supports with capital, bring the militaries together, like-minded democracies, whatever. Advance. Did you mention Media Zealot series? Advanced Sci-Fi Civilizations Too Stupid to Really Exist. Oh, speaking of Zealot, that reminds me. I found out that Jethro Tull. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, here comes the money. Money, 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 money. So thank you very much for the super chat. Anyway, I was gonna say I found out Jethro Tull put out a new album this year. I don't know if it's out publicly, but it's gonna be called The Zealot Gene, and I think it's their first album since they did their Christmas album, which I think was in 2003. So that's pretty wild. Like, Jethro Tull, I love them. They're fantastic. Oh yeah, it looks like it's out now. 22 tracks. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Definitely gonna have to give that a listen. Hey, Andre, what's up, my guy? I'm back. Yeah. The Alan Parsons Project has an album dedicated to songs based on Edgar Allan Poe's stories and poems. We'll have to listen to that too. The one downside of me, not being in the post office anymore is I don't have all day long to listen to albums when I'm like doing a route I already know. So, and there's so much good stuff I've been finding. Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Oh, Telltale Heart. 20 tracks. Wow. Oh, those are bonus tracks. That's yeah, wow. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things, Guzman. It's like how in Spanish you have, instead of George, it's Jorge, but sometimes they spell it both ways, and that could just be a border thing. Because I've met people who are spelled how you'd think George, and they'll call themselves Jorge. And then there's ones where it's spelled like how you think Jorge with the J, and they'll say, my name is George. Or some of that is like they kind of try to anglify themselves. Like, I remember that was the thing where like, you'd hear a lot about how Asian families, they'd have their white name in quotation marks. Like, that this is my, call me Bill or whatever. But you see that too with Mexicans. At least here in the border, you'll see things like that. Miguel's become Mike's. Sometimes they choose to say it. Sometimes people call them that. Things like that. Anyway, so vice president selection. Let's officially pick it. The vice president position remains vacant. Several options have been laid out. It's got to be Lucian. I think anytime you go corrupt, you have to do Lucian. And I know some of you might be saying, well, aren't we achievement hunting? Don't we not care about losing here? I was like, well, I think I already got the one where he betrays us and I end up in jail. So I've got that achievement. There's no need to get it again right now. In Halo Reach, Jorge's pronounced George. Yeah, there you go. Started the day at the palace and also a briefing on the women's rights situation. What's going on here? Or whoops. Something in the codex, I think. Ah! Here we go. Cabinet. Lucien Galade. Current Vice President of Swordland. Yeah, and he's a good VP, yeah. Like, I guess you could go Gloria if you're wanting to go right-wing Democratic style. Wait, hold on a sec. So there he is. We got Lucy in it. Oh, wait, what? Peter is still considered the vice president? Maybe there just has to be like a turnover, and then it'll happen. So, briefing on the women's rights situation. So this is going to be quick. We're just going to throw the women's rights in the fucking trash. Not for any ideological reasons, because, like, women could be billionaires. I don't see why not. But it's like, I'm trying to... I figure this will help destroy the relationship with our spouse. And, you know, we're trying to get her to leave us. So that's what I'm going for. Lucien, you shall be now known as Luciano. We could do a soulless run. Yeah, I've got... Whenever I do my next Suzerain run, I'm definitely gonna try to trigger the war. Because, like, that was how my first ever run, which I thought was pretty good, pretty cash money centrist, it went well. But I was thinking of, like, I want to go to war with Rumberg again and try to win, which is, it's my understanding, extremely difficult. And, like, with every update, they keep making it more difficult. So either... I was thinking of either doing like a soulless run where we try to win on our own, or we could do a an allies one where we try to pick our correct allies. It's supposed to be very difficult. Probably what will end up happening is maybe when the series is done, I'll do a poll. Like this series is done, I'll do a poll on the community tab or something. Yeah. So, oh, that's an interesting story. You managed to go out there with, to Vietnam. Wow. Go to war with Rumberg, with Agnolia, and Wellen as a soloist. Doing it alone needs to be perfect, so it's probably better not. Yeah, well, yeah, what I'm saying, like, do something like, maybe we could do, like, Solist War. Yeah, Solist War, Democratic War, whatever. Some kind of war. That's going to be my primary goal, is to somehow defeat Rumberg. Anyway, let's move on. So, let's see. So we're talking about women's rights. Oh, good. Monica's in the room, so we could be really antagonistic. I was confused. This was the opposite of what we had agreed on after the Benfey Festival. I could scream, no, Monica, go home, but I think it's actually more disrespectful if I speak to Kiara. Like, I don't even acknowledge my wife's in the room. I say, what is she doing here? Yeah, anyway. Kiara, what is she doing here? Monica turned to Kiara. Could you give us a minute? Of course. They exchanged nods. Explain yourself! You know how much I want to help women in Swordland. I had an opportunity and I couldn't let it pass. When Kiara asked me to join her today, I had to accept. Kiara needs to learn that she can't interfere with my family. Don't blame her. She just said it was necessary for the future of Swordish women. We're going incel with this playthrough? No, because you see the term incel now, it's just like all these English slang, all these internet slang terms, which I don't even really like, but it's like I seem to be the only one who even understands. I'm like, well, I'll learn what a slang is. I was like, oh, that's interesting, and then it just doesn't even mean anything anymore. Incel stands for what? Involuntary celibate? That's not what's happening here. I'm voluntarily trying to create the separation. So please, Anton, let me stay. My answer is no. You will not go into politics. But why? This is about Swordish women. This has nothing to do with politics. Let's see here. Someone has to stay home and look after Diana. I'm doing this for Diana and for so many other girls like her. This is my final answer. You will not do it. Monica's eyes narrowed. All right. If I need to leave for you to take Kiara seriously on women's issues, I will. Made her way to the door. I'll fetch Kiara so you two can get on with your business. Kiara knocked on the door. It's a pity your wife won't be joining us. Be thankful I'm not firing you for approaching her behind my back. Not a particularly auspicious start to this meeting, but let's begin. Does Rain want a harem? It can show how wealthy he is. Yeah. The cringe incel versus the based and misogynist. So a men going their own way, or man going their own. Well, no, I guess there's no singular for man going their own way. Yeah, the incel man going their own way thing. It's one of those things where it's like they're similar and yet there are crucial differences between the two ideas. So anyway, we have a long way to go before Sardish women are able to enjoy the same rights and privileges as men, or even as their counterparts in Arcasia and United Contana. We've been lagging behind on this for decades. And this isn't the only moral issue. I have seen enough revolutions in this world to understand the main driver of any change. Money. We like money. In United Contana, law dictates that men earn the same wages as men in their respective fields. My research shows this has led to a 15.5% increase in productivity. You can say this had a direct influence on their superpower status. Arcasia passed laws ensuring maternity leave rights. So this is these are basically the analogous to the United States. So what she's basically trying to say is, United Contana, they're coming at women's rights from like a socially minded point of view, and they're making money. Arcasia's coming from it from like a separation of genders point of view, because like there's like maternity leave, child daycare, tax deductions. So they're doing it like in a more liberal, like capital L liberal way, or I guess lowercase liberal L way actually. What can I say? I live in the United States, and like every political phrase and word just means everything and nothing now. So like liberal, conservative, neoliberal, neoconservative, socialist, socially, radical, communist, statist, fascism. Like none of these words mean anything, and they all mean everything, including their opposites now in this country. Anarchist, it's just libertarian. So, but one of the things that I could just maybe be thinking that way because one of my favorite science fiction books, Stranger in a Strange Land by Heinlein, there's a part where the character, he's learning English, and he does say something to the effect of like, because he's like reading the dictionary, and he's like, English, every word has at least two meanings in English, including usually the opposite. What if you decrease men's pay to be equal? Yeah, so this is a tricky one because in terms of the economy, it's like she's already making the argument that I should enable women, I need to do something for women, either make them be paid more or, grant them maternity leave or whatever. So that would seem to work with the capitalist thing, but we're already way too in deep on the term king means nothing when it's used by the best auto sellers. Yeah, there you go, monarchism. And Elvis, Elvis was the king. But the so yeah, this is gonna run contrary to our economy minded things. That's why we're not gonna do. I don't know what she's gonna suggest, but we're not gonna do any of it. Whatever she suggests for women, be it equal wages or maternity rights, we're not gonna do any of it. Because I'm trying to antagonize Monica so that we get that achievement, and we're already in too deep. I don't want to get this. I don't want to go this route more than once. So yeah, before anybody starts saying, "But you're a capitalist. This is good for the economy to give women rights." No, we're just doing it for the achievement. Like I know it breaks the role play, but whatever. So. Both countries, although we're kind of also misogynist though. Yeah, like somebody said, we're not an incel, we're a misogynist. So anyway, both countries also have a significantly lower infant mortality rate, a statistic I believe is directly linked to the improved status of women. Our administration, yeah, we're gamers, and what do gamers do? They go for achievements above all else. It's what's important. Our administration has thus far failed to pull Swordsland out of its economic recession. To what I'm asking, why not try passing similar laws? At worst, even if they fail to improve the economy, it'll still be a significant step forward for our society. Yeah. Okay. Hello there, Tenebrae. It's only logical. These are the measures I believe are most urgently needed. So we've got criminalizing domestic violence, support for working mothers, equal treatment for the workforce, gender equality in public education. I'm sorry, I think somebody just knocked on my door. I'll be right back. No, it wasn't. Well, it was somebody at the door, but so sidebar. Yeah, my apartment's gonna do this thing where like they said they were gonna give everybody, and nobody asked for this as far as I know, but they're gonna give everybody a fucking, where's the music? There we go. They're gonna give everybody like a trash can outside their door, but it's like, I don't know. It just kind of seems like a waste of time because it's freaking. It's like you're gonna have valet trash service. And first off, I just saw it. That thing was like a $1 trash can, plastic that they just fucking got at the dollar store. But I noticed it had printed on the side the name of some waste company. So that just screams to me this is some sort of money laundering bullshit. That like, you know, somebody's hooking somebody who owns this business up. To you're like, oh, you could just drop your trash right outside the door. It's like, what's the fucking point? You're not gonna be able to fit shit in there. People are just gonna have to take most of their trash, you know, like an actual bag of trash, not a fucking bin, a bag, to the dumpster anyway. So yeah, this is some money transfer bullshit going on. Anyway, they're gonna give me an air fryer. No. Anyway, so yeah, criminalizing domestic violence, support for working mothers, blah 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 blah. We're not gonna do any of this. Swordfish men are legally allowed to beat their wives. What families do in their own home is none of our concern. With all due respect, Mr. President, it is. By staying lenient on this, we are essentially telling Swordfish women that the state doesn't care about them. As incidences are especially high within Bloodish communities, I would also advocate for setting up a special domestic violence task force in collaboration with Bloodish women's rights organizations. I'm still not sure criminalizing domestic violence is a good idea. I can assure you it is, but I'll give you some time to think about it. So we're just rejecting everything. It isn't fair that women in the workforce are punished for having children. Paid maternity leave and state-subsidized daycare centers could be key to keeping more mothers employed. I don't want to reward women for choosing work over raising their children. What about women who have to work to provide for their children? This could lead to healthier families and a healthier economy. Moving on. Equal treatment. We have one of the continent's largest pay gaps between men and women. We need legislation ensuring that a woman doing the same job as a man is paid the same wage. A quota for women in positions of power, on the boards of large corporations, for instance, or even within the assembly, would also be advisable. Let's see. People should be hired on merit. Do the free market thing. Men are hired on the basis of their sex all the time, just not consciously. There are more than enough qualified women to fill any position you could think of. It's up to us to give them the opportunity. Mr. President, by keeping the wives in the house, the productivity of the household goes up. Yeah. It jokes on you, Kiara. The state doesn't care about anyone. It's like, are you saying the state don't care about women? I'm saying the state doesn't care about anybody. That's great. That's great. There's, let's see, gender equality in public education. She grinned. You know how much this means to me. You've witnessed the dangers firsthand. The way girls are shut out of a real education unless their parents have the means to get them out of the public school system. So many bright minds are being lost. But Deanna oh, I love this option. That's great. But Deanna loves her handicraft classes. I'm not saying we'll take those away. Maybe boys should learn handicrafts too. My voters My voters don't want to see their sons in an apron. But maybe they'll want to see their daughters become the next Artvin Einstein. So I think that's supposed to be Albert Einstein or something. By the way, I don't know if I've told this story before, but like, actually not so much recently, because like a couple of my cousins, they started cooking, but it was after they, I don't know how to say this without sounding misogynistic in real life, but it was after they got married, they started learning how to cook more. Anyway, until recently, I should say, my mother, who was the youngest of her siblings, was like the youngest member in the extended family, female member who like actually dependably knew how to cook, but like all us boys did, and it was kind of an interesting thing how that happened. Like, so for example, I have a lot of cousins who were really into sports, and so they'd have to do after school practice, and they had different times, and so they'd have to get home on their own times walking home, and so they just sort of had to learn to cook on their own a lot. And I like cooking, and it's like, yeah, so me, I learned how to cook, and I enjoy cooking. Even when I've been living with somebody, I usually do all the cooking on my own. But it's kind of, yeah, it's just sort of funny how like me and a friend, I have a friend who actually went to he was going to do culinary school. He did briefly culinary school, but he decided to change careers. But a joke that we have is like, women have no place in the kitchen, because it's like, they're not good at it like us, we're much better, so get the fuck out. In like some sort of weird converse of traditional misogyny. So what I'm trying to tell everybody is, remember, women have no place in the kitchen because they're bad at it. Anyway, let's see here. That covers all subjects. What are your thoughts? I'm not sure I could risk passing laws like these so close to the election. Let's see here. Hey there, potential plateau. These laws would result in greater productivity, a better economy, and happier women. To be frank, Mr. President, you'd have to be a fool not to pass them. Yes, the kitchen is ours now! Yeah, if we could pull this off before the elections, the Reign administration will make history. Let's talk about how to proceed. I want to establish a commission for women's rights in Swordland with me as the head. Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's not gonna happen. Let's see. What do you need to let's see here. Let's see here. It's going to be damn hard to get your laws past the assembly. Watered down's better than nothing. This is a separate issue. It should be handled as such. You have a chance to be a hero. I hope you'll make the right decision. Let's see. The answer is no. You can try and run your laws by the assembly, but they'll get no support from me. And all is lost for the future of women in Swordland. Your female constituents will remember you as a failure, and so will I. I suggest you think long and hard about how you're going to explain yourself to your wife. We both know how much this means to her. Alright. You know, I just thought, isn't the commission actually supposed to be created, though, so that my wife can join it, and then I harass her about it or something? Damn it, didn't it just save? I might have just fucked that up. Oh, man. This is a no bueno. I don't know. Because, like, I know there's a part where she goes out drinking with Kiara, but wouldn't that be in the context of her being in the commission? Damn. We might be in trouble here. Let's see here. Alright, so Swordish League of Women donation. Well, this isn't easy. The most influential women's rights NGO, the Swordish League of Women, is organizing a massive fundraising campaign to raise awareness of Swordish society and has reached out to us personally for private donations. No. Saving, what's this in the journal? Bird assassination. Roberg spy. Decide to ignore donation requests. Start of the day at the palace. I thought she goes drinking because you suck. No, no, she's drinking. The way I remember it is because I think in my previous I haven't done like an anti-women's rights campaign yet. So the other ones I always let the commission form. But then I will. Okay, Andre, you gotta stop. Nobody let it through. I'm hiding your message, dude. Andre, you keep making jokes about killing and violence and stuff, and I understand that, but like, I'm starting to get afraid that YouTube's gonna flag me or something because it's filtering all the stuff you say. So, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, usually the reason that she's out drinking is her and Kiara are out drinking, celebrating something or other, or yeah. Anyway. On the way to the office, had my mug of coffee and a folder of various documents. Gosh, you know what? I just realized I'm actually kind of hungry. I'll be right back. I'm just going to warm up some leftovers. Wealth determines who's the Chad. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Heat up some leftovers for y'all too. Whew. Okay. So, put a little of this hot sauce. So the Ashraf anniversary is coming up. Most important day for the Bloodish populace. Watani Ashraf is one of their symbols, as you know. Which one is this? A Bloodish carpenter. Oh yeah, this is like in remembrance of a death thing. There's a punk rock band called Death to You. No, I haven't heard of that. When did we get mods? I made them pretty recently. It was just because like sometimes when I'm playing Death Stranding and stuff, it's really hard for me to unfilter stuff, so I started making some of the regulars moderators. Yeah. So, just so they can, you know, clean things up. Especially because the bots, when the bots show up too. That's the real main reason. Okay. Why should I attend a Bloodish anniversary? Your president is with you. This will alleviate tensions. So, crunching sound. Be careful with that. This move requires my personal attention. We'll discuss the Ashraf matter later. Good to have you as my vice president, Lucian. And I'm glad to have you as my president, sir. Alright. So, if CHG was clever, it would have been done in this playthrough. It would have been given to the maddest bidders. Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not clever enough by half for that. Oh, the gendarme dispute's going on. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think here. I'm going to need to... Okay, so we've got our new vice president. I need to find... When's the next thing that's going to let me decide, you know, be capitalist or not? Economic investments, Justice Heron, Scholarship programs. Legal women donation. Okay. Alright, so there's gonna be some things showing up soon. Yeah. So, okay. This is their Day of the Dead. We're Rain's Secret Police. We're not on paper. Yeah. Don't worry about being late, FS Francisco. Okay, so we're about to have some secret police issues. I don't know who I kind of want to deal with this. I don't know. All right. All right, I'm just checking this guide for some stuff. Okay. What do you call a Sortish minority who hates new technologies? A Bloodite. That's good. Okay. So, I'm just finishing up some beans I'm eating here. Okay. Alright, I'm done. Let's hit it. So there's some drug trafficking, blah, 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 blah. They're upset. What's the problem? Miss Graf here failed. You know what? You guys can vote on it. I don't particularly care. So let's see. We could say it's Lilius Interior Ministry or Yosef Army. I'm making the poll now. Army retains control. Okay. I'm going to ask the community, and as always during this run, I will listen to the polling unless somebody outbids the polling. So, yeah, if somebody donates one way or the other, that means I'm going to do that. If more than one side is chosen for the bidding, whoever ends up getting a higher total, that's what we'll do. So, poll should be open now in the chat. Yeah. Did you see what Bezos' rocket looks like? Yes, I think the whole fucking world did, because it's just shoving that shit in our faces nonstop. I remember there was a thing. I was at my parents and they had the news on, and we were just talking about some other stuff, but it was during one of the Bezos rocket launches, and I think I was over there for an hour, and it was showing like the national news and the local news, and I want to say that about 40 minutes at least of that hour was just talking about the Bezos rocket. And I was just saying, like, did nothing else happen in the world today? Since we're not going to war, it doesn't really matter. DHG, I wasn't aware of how often your audience's comments get held up for review. Yeah, it's a lot. The normal the algorithm thing, the like kind of automated filtering thing. There's sometimes words where I go, really, that gets filtered, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, now you know. think we've declawed it pretty hard. Okay, so it looks like right now, well, how many people have voted? I'm gonna give it another minute. I think everybody's voted, but we'll just, or not another minute, like maybe another 30 seconds, just in case. Ooh, mm-hmm. Space race is getting somewhat interesting. Doesn't feel like anyone is interested in the upcoming moon orbits and landing missions. Well, since we've done it before, you know. Like, shit, the only reason anybody seems to be giving a fuck about the new moon missions is because, like, oh, there's gonna be female astronauts this time. It's just like, okay, that's cool. It was also cool when the Soviet Union did it 50 years ago. Yeah. When you get the presidential debate, choose the most based options, privatize the army. Okay, so I think everybody's voted. It looks like the winner is going to be that Joseph will retain control. So we're going to solve this. We're just going to, yeah, let's hear the side. Joseph, blah, blah, blah. The criminals got away. Live weapons, alert to the criminals. Isn't there a line of communication? How do we solve the issue so it doesn't happen again? Okay, yada, yada, yada. Won't hand over gendarme, it's out of the question. Do you have a better solution? Whenever we should engage lower rank with the local officers on both sides. Doesn't change. I want to remind you about your promise. What promise? I don't remember any promises I made. I see. I was a fool to trust you would keep your word. What promise? Now I see what's going on here. Nothing is going on. Well, let's set us up to correct this incident. That's right! Because the police, let's face it, the police are the ones who botched it from how I remember the story. Yes, Lilius was creating the fake thing. No way the police arrived at the right time. A month-long search on the exact day and minute of the gendarme raid. You may be right. This kind of fucking shit is unheard of. It's nonsense. Weaken the military power. I won't be responsible for what happens. There'll be no change. I wonder if this helps avoid the coup, too, because I'm kind of keeping it, keeping them happy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and end the poll. I forgot to end the poll. Let's see here. Private companies matching what the federal government did in the late 1960s is not as impressive a feat as these billionaires think. Here's a hot take. HG, the Soviet Union won the space race. Maybe I'm all for celebs going to space just for the sole reason is going to bring us back some camera time and notice to space travel again. Soviet won the space race. America won the moon landing. Won the battle, lost the war. First Jewish man in space was a communist. Strengthens you for war as well. I don't be responsible for what happened. He doesn't say that normally. Okay. Well, you know. Right. Anyway, So, freaking... It'll help stop the coup, but you might get a leadership challenge. Alright. Here, I thought Anton Ray was a man of his word. Thank you for projecting the structure and authority of the Ministry of Defense. Let's see. Focus on bigger issues. Alright. Let's move on. Oh, wow. Alright. What we got here? The Radical. Lucien Galade is the vice president. It's a good pick. We've seen it coming. He's a fast, shadowy figure. Looking at his famed track record, we can say with certainty that Mr. Galade will be better. Yeah, so the Radical, he's just beyond ideology. The Radical's like, my God, Lucien is president. As he should be, you know. Fair play. Fair play. Bald stash man is the defense minister. That guy has a face for radio. Yeah. Lucien Gurlade rises to the task. Highly efficient, task-oriented, pride, and honesty. Alright. What's next? Equal ability bill. Equal ability? I don't remember this one. The Equal Ability Bill has been approved by the GNA. What's the GNA? To support the Social Benefits Initiative, Section 1 amends the Compensatory Veterans and State Employees Disability Program Benefits Program of 1933 through an expansion to Subsection 3 with an earnings replacement benefit through all non-state employed citizens. Under the newly extended program, employees who fall sick gravely and or become disabled, which terminates their capacity to work, will be provided a steady income by the state that's at a value of 50% of their monthly salary. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this bill. Is this a new bill? Anyway, we're definitely saying no to this. We're not millennialists. If you can't work, why would you get paid? That just doesn't make sense. That's not science. And we believe in science around here. Oh, the GNA is the Grand National Assembly. Oh. I guess I just think of it as the assembly. So that's a hell no. We're not doing this. Gonna veto that shit and veto it hard. Yeah. So I guess this is something that already existed for veterans, but we're giving it to everybody. Except we're not. Veto! It might be because we privatized healthcare. Well, this doesn't seem to be a healthcare thing. This seems to be a welfare thing. Well, I guess healthcare is welfare in its way, like literal the welfare of people. But no, this is more like getting checks for yeah, because like you're disabled, you can't work, but you get a check so you could survive. Look, we're gonna fix the economy. Everybody's gonna make more money. Their relatives can take care of it or something. Someone will always be to the left of you and criticize you for not going far enough. Does Lucien like money, though? Lucien likes power. Yeah, he's like... Lucien would be, like... He's like a House of Cards style character. Where it's like, you know, in the vein of Richard III. Where it's like he's like, who gives a shit what his ideologies are? Like, to use the American one, because I think the American House of Cards is like the more famous one now. So that character, Frank Underwood, he's a Democrat. And yes, there are conservative Democrats, but it's like he's a Democrat from South Carolina. Okay, that's weird, but it happens, I guess. And if I remember correctly, one of the major things in the first season of the American version is that they're trying to get an education bill through. And he puts in the education bill in the draft something where they're going to get rid of teachers' unions. And he says, I'm just putting it in there as a negotiating tactic. We're not actually going to get rid of unions, but somebody's going to go like, oh my God, how could you do that? It's like, okay, we'll take that away if we can get this in return. But then it ends up being like a whole strike, and they win the strike. Like the government, Frank Underwood's side, they end up dealing with the strike. And so teachers' unions are destroyed, which is nuts. Even for a conservative Democrat to go after teachers' unions and then successfully destroy them. That would be, I'm trying to think of like a Republican example of that. That would be like if a Republican candidate went after religious private schools or something. I don't know. It's just like, it's within their spectrum. That's crazy to think they do that. But the Frank Underwood character only cares about power. So he was destroying the teachers union in the name of power to ingratiate himself with the president. Yeah, it was just a power play. And like he probably was telling the truth when he was like, yeah, we're just going to put it in there as a negotiating tactic. But then the unions went on strike in response. It's like, okay, now it's a power play. And so that's how Lucien is. Like he does, and so like, yeah, the character Frank Underwood, he's like, he didn't really give a shit about if teachers unions existed or not. He just wants to be president, and this was a step in the plan. And so yeah, that's how I feel like Lucien is. Like he doesn't care. He does seem to be loyal to us, generally speaking. But if he saw, like, I could kind of see Lucien as maybe somebody who thinks like, if he didn't want to become president, it's just because he wouldn't want the spotlight on him. Better be the puppet master, you know. He's a chameleon. Yeah, he's whatever you want him to be. Caden says, I've never held a budget surplus like this, so it's interesting to see. Have you ever seen Designated Survivor? I think I saw the first episode just to see the premise. But that's the one where it's like everybody dies at the State of the Union except for one of the secretaries, right? Secretary of Agriculture or whatever. Anyway, alright, briefing on the current healthcare situation. Mr. President. Put a mountain of papers on my desk to make a loud thud sound. Alright, here we go. Here comes the thud. I know, this seems like a lot. That could have been heavier. Reviewing it shouldn't take more than a day, or maybe two. Yeah, maybe. It's very important, the salary, hospital reports, yeah. Just summarize it. Conclude our reports for the year. Use the resources to begin a comprehensive health reform. We have more patients treated, less waiting times, higher treatment quality than the years before. Let's see. Want the people to have the best. The foundations we laid so far will influence the years to come. We are certainly on the right path to challenge even Lesbia or Vogueland in the matter, but we are not there yet. You play good. Let's see here. We will surpass them, Pascal. Yes, we will. Moving on. Our privatization efforts had both positive and negative effects. It helped us raise further funds, which we spent on improving the system. Privatized hospitals opened in many places with the top-notch equipment. Hold on a second, I need to pull up those sound bites. Hold on, the Italian. Hold on a second. Hololive. Fauna, Italian accent. Here we go.
Let's see, who am I?
Oh, another star.
Yeah.
No.
And you're rich, and you're beautiful,
Let's see.
and you have a sexy Italian accent.
Oh no, I'm trying to find the thing. Italian.
Someone escort this.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. The sound drop. Let's turn the music down a little more. Oops, not that low. So, on the other hand, the privatized hospitals are rather expensive, even for an ordinary middle-class citizen.
Oh, someone escort this Italian man away.
We should be able to, let's see here, there's still public hospitals for lower class citizens. We need to get rid of those. Yes, there's disparity in the quality. Our new funds allow us to build dozens of new hospitals around the country. We specifically focused on areas with a high demand of health services. Hold on.
Sorry.
Trying to,
Flies out of me. I'm
dang it. Trying to find the soundbite.
Sometimes it just.
Where's the soundbite? Here?
What is this? What is
More
this
money.
look?
I'm a rich man.
Dang it. Can't find the soundbite again.
Italian man away. And
help
escort this. Oh, someone
Can't help
escort this Italian man away.
Dang it. Have you ever watched The Onion? Like the videos of The Onion from the parody thing? I don't know. So, our new funds allow us to build dozens of new hospitals. We specifically focus on areas with high demand of health services. They'll see progress. Many citizens have already written letters to us thanking for the new treatment possibilities, less waiting times. Did I hear that Tifa from Final Fantasy VII was featured in the Italian Parliament? I think I found out about that on a stream. I was looking up. Yeah, it was nuts. Or did I hear about there, or was it somewhere else? That sounds from what movie game? Oh, it's just from a clip from some Hololive stream. One of them was doing an Italian accent a lot, and then Fauna was saying it. Someone escort this Italian man away. Anyway, yeah, for those of you who don't know, I guess the Italian Parliament was doing some sort of public Zoom call thing, and somebody hacked into it and started putting Tifa porn, Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. And so I heard about this, and the story I was reading about it linked to the person's Twitter, and I guess the person who made the porn. And people were like congratulating the artist. So like, oh man, good for you. Like, you fucking legend. And that person hadn't tweeted. So I'm wondering if maybe they were asleep. Like, I'm wondering, I don't know. I don't even remember what nationality they were. I don't know if there was English or anything. The people were sending them stuff in English. But like, can you imagine if you're somebody who makes, porn, and like you wake up in the morning, maybe you log into your social media, and you're like, why do I have 100 messages? And then you find out that your stuff was played in front of a nation, like on Italian C-SPAN. They're probably making money now, like helping them out. Maybe they're making money before, I don't know, but that's a heck of a story. So, a clear improvement of access to health services for our citizens. Now that I've given you the short summary, there's an important matter to discuss. Pulled out a confidential package. Big red letters, confidential. He handed them over to me. Oh boy, oh boy. From the Ministry of Health, each page had a stamp on it that read, "For President's eyes only." It's good publicity. Yeah. Here's a joke. What does Julius Caesar and Tifa have in common? This is gonna like be a penetrating joke, right? Polio outbreak in Bergia. It can't be that bad. Do not underestimate diseases and plagues, Mr. President. For now, it seems to be under control. We have put a few villages under quarantine. The total number of infected are currently 1,467. The death toll is at 23 so far. If we have more outbreaks, the results will be terrible. Thankfully, we have received additional funding to our healthcare. This should curb the infection ratio, although I am afraid even that might not be enough. This is a very serious matter, Mr. President. Lives of soldiers, citizens are at stake. How bad could it be? Oh, don't worry about it. It'll stop. I know it. Mr. President, I beg you to see reason. We have done our research. I've heard that you need to do your research. Do your own research, There is a cure. A vaccine was recently invented in United Contana by a doctor, and the formula has been made available for free in the entire world. No matter what people think about United Contana, if the same thing happened in Arcadia, we would be paying the price for it. Thanks to the very good decision made by you to increase the funding for our healthcare, we have the capability to produce this vaccine locally. I don't know, like, if it's free, should I take it? But I'm afraid simply having the vaccines won't help. We need to make sure they are administered. We need to implement a nationwide mandatory polio vaccination policy. Oh, now I'm remembering. Yeah, because like it doesn't cost money for the vaccine, but it costs money to distribute. You gotta put it on vehicles, get it out there. Pay people to put it in their arms. Alright. This might seem excessive, however. It is absolutely necessary. Let's observe the situation for... Well, then again, it doesn't seem to be costing money. Doesn't this cost money? If it doesn't cost money, I might do it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's try here. Free is a sin in Swordland. But it's also working with Contana. I don't know. Let's see here. Checking some stuff. The vaccines are not, but the campaign will not be. It costs money on it. Screw that. It should say that it costs money on the thing. Sorry about that. Somebody was messaging me. I thought my phone was on silent. So if it costs money, no, fuck that. Excuse me. That sounds my phone. We have money to spare. If the workers are getting sick and dying, it means they're not working. You know what? We're gonna put this to a poll, and of course, you can outbid the poll. Distribute vaccines. Let's see here. So, yes, workers being sick, bad for econ. Or let's see, hold on. Can't fit that all there. All right. So, yes, I've seen onion videos, Guzman. How about we focus on what's on the screen? Okay, let's see. Distribute. Yes, sick workers are bad for econ, or no, it might cost money. All right, polls up. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. Gosh, sorry, I'm feeling a little cold. I'm gonna get I gotta get a hoodie. So what you guys vote, or I need it. Oh, it feels colder than when it snowed. Some sunlight in here. Warm it up. All right. So, all right, this looks like it's going to be another tight poll. So everybody vote, please. Whew. Do some jump backs, right? Because, yeah, it might cost money a bit, but it might cost more money later if it becomes a bigger problem. Who knows? But, you know, like I said, you guys, I'm fine either way. Y'all vote on it. Yeah, that's a good point. And also, the vaccine's coming from the Millennivists. Like, is everybody using the Millennivis vaccine? It's very, very tight, guys, and I think at least 6 of you haven't voted. So vote, please, vote. I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know why it has gotten so cold in this room. I need to, it's especially weird because I just had some hot sauce with those beans. I'm gonna get like a hoodie. I'll be right back. You know what? Actually, yeah, while y'all vote, because let's see. Yeah, I'm still seeing, like, okay, yeah, there's more people in the chat. Please vote. There's, like, now, I think at least 7 people haven't voted, so please vote. I'm going to change some laundry and get a hoodie. So go. Fast. Okay. All right, so Alec just bid think of the money no, which is as per the rules we've determined for this campaign is going to override the polling now. So I'm gonna give you guys 1 more minute to bid against him, but I think we're going to go a no on the on that. Yeah, the lobby. Yeah, it's not bribery, it's lobbying. We must always remember. Go out and vote. It's your civic duty to Swordland and Rain. Yeah. Oh, the workers. Oh, okay. And we have a bidding from 10 verification of 725. The workers need some standards to work in safety. Getting sick working leaves a bad precedent if we just let it happen unopposed. Do I hear a counter super chat? Well, actually, is the other super chat gone through? What's going on here? Where's the? I'm waiting for the alert. But right now, the yeses are winning. We're gonna need an additional $2.26. There we go. Need another $2.26 to override tender verification. So, we started the bidding with $4.99 from Alex up in the air. Who says think of the money? No. Temporary coming back with the workers need some standards of working safety. Getting sick working leaves a bad precedent if we just let it happen unopposed. Do I hear a counter bid offer? Going once. Going twice. Oh, no. Mad Beast Yeti coming back with $7 Canadian. Saying, eat the poor. Super chat alerts are always a half minute to a minute late. Yeah. He says, eat the poor. These are Canadian dollars. I'm going to have to convert them over to regular dollars, but still, I think the point is that the no's are winning right now. Ain't lobbying great. Hold on, let me see. Canadian to American dollars converter. Let's see, we got to check the most up-to-date, conversions. So we got 7 Canadian. Alex says some people just want to watch the world burn. He's putting a cherry on top, people. Okay, so those 7 Canadian dollars equals $5. 548 United States of American pennies. 548 Lincolns from Mad Beast Yeti. So we got, let's see here. Let me get the calculator out. So we got 199. Whoops. Oh, there's the alert. Yeah, some people just want to watch the word burn. That's so funny, just it popping up right over Pascal's face. Some people just want to watch the world burn. But I think that's going to be it. And the poll is at 50-50. That's so perfect too, that like it had to go to the bidding. Guys, that's just democracy. Like, you know, we tried democracy. It was a draw, but we can't pick nothing. So we have to lobby. So then we are going to be saying no to the vaccine distribution from the dirty millenniumists. No going once. No going twice. Sold to the highest bidder. Excuse me, to the lobbying efforts of Alex Soner, Mad Beast Yeti, and such, and of course the voters who realize that might cost money. The Italian Parliament didn't hack with Tifa; they're just a bunch of coomers. Yeah. Let the money speak. All right, so we're gonna observe the situation. We'll be fine without it for now. Very well. I will keep you up to date. And then get that drop.
Someone escort this Italian man away.
Alright. Oh, Jacob Brown coming in late. Dang, I'm sorry. I don't know if there was a delay in the system, Jacob. We will count that towards some. You can pick something on whenever's the next bid war, if there's a bid war. Very, very sorry about that. Yeah, Palpatine's going. I love this. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get that sound drop. Hold on.
I love democracy. I love the Republic.
There we go. There's the alert. Thank you very much. Took a while to put the password in. Yeah, you know, we'll pay that forward to the next bidding. Okay, how about that? Very sorry about that. Just, I must get to work immediately. You know, I should just play this every time somebody lobbies me.
I love democracy. I love the Republic.
Yeah, just the little clapping. It's great. It's great. I'll take my concerns to Luciano. He's like, that's your name now, boy, Luciano. Okay, so we got some country overviews. Let's look at the welfare. The epidemic has been controlled. You see? You see, there were no consequences. When I say no, you say consequences in the chat. No! No! Come on, I thought you guys were cool. No! No! Consequences. The voters were indecisive. The shadow war of influence between oligarchs raged. All right, and so then let's see what's going on over here. Turn 8. But seriously, thank you guys all very, very much for the super chats. It does fund the live streams. Okay. So, freaking. So desolinization has started. They removed the statue from Capitol Park. Old Guard investigation report. Few leads have revealed several low-level cases of corruption and high-ranking party officials' possible ties to the Bernie Circus assassination. They'll be followed through. Oh, what do we got out here? Support the Ashcraft anniversary. Let me check the decisions guide that I found. Like, I don't really care. Is this gonna do anything for me? Bloodish NG. Oh wait, a question to support and attend the Ashcraft anniversary event. The Remembrance Rally of the Ashcraft anniversary is about to begin in Arizan. The Bloodish movement is holding their largest rally yet to display their demands and strength. The administration go to Arizan to support the event, or without an onward with or without an onward convoy, or not attend at all. So it doesn't really matter much. It's like some public opinion bloodish stuff. It really doesn't matter. Oh yeah, whatever the economy! What? Oh no! When you do another commie run, we're gonna nationalize the chat and revenues. Yeah. Sounds like a waste of time, and time is money. Okay, here, we'll do another poll right here. And Jacob, you could express your opinion immediately on this. But yeah, we'll do a poll on if we go or not. You know what? No, we're not gonna do a poll. Like, yeah, I want Jacob to have his cash go to something more important. This is, yeah, from what I'm looking here, if I go, nothing happens. If I don't go, public opinion goes up a little, but bloodish opinion goes down. Okay, we're gonna do a poll, but no lobbying on this. And we're gonna go in an honored convoy if we go, just because I'm an event. So, ask in the community. And, I guess to kill a minute or two, let me, let's see, let me try to find something rich to read. Something. Yeah. Oh, let me go get the picture of Dorian Gray. I'll read some rich descriptions. Okay. Skip. So this is a part where. So this is from the picture of Dorian Gray. It's just a description of a rich man. He was not really reckless, at any rate, in his relations to society. Once or twice every month during the winter, and on each Wednesday evening while the season lasted, he would throw open to the world his beautiful home and have the most celebrated musicians of the day to charm his guests with the wonders of their art. His little dinners, in the settling of which Lord Henry always assisted him, were noted as much for the careful selection and placing of those invited as for the exquisite taste shown in the decoration of the table, with its subtle symphonic arrangements of exotic flowers, and embroidered cloths, and antique plate of gold and silver. Indeed, there were many, especially among the very young men, who saw, or fancied that they saw, in Dorian Gray the true realization of a type of which they had often dreamed in Eton or Oxford days, a type that was to combine something of the real culture of the scholar, with all the grace and distinction and perfect manner of a citizen of the world. To them he seemed to be of the company whom Dante describes as having sought to, quote, make themselves perfect by the worship of beauty, end quote. Like Gautier, he was one for whom, quote, the visible world existed, end quote. All right, so it looks like it's a pretty definitive vote here. People are in favor of the armored convoy. This is not a super important thing, and if you haven't voted by now, like, well, that's how it goes. Jacob, the lobbyists followed the will of the people. I recall some late 90s movie, a romantic comedy involving a U.S. president who was single and a lobbyist. Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, whenever there's been a couple of movies where it's like there's somebody running for president and they're single, so you can have a love story in there too. Like Chris Rock did one. I don't remember, it was like he got it with a reporter. It was something where like the presidential and vice presidential candidate of one of the parties dies like just a few weeks before election day. And so they just pick him. He's just some small-time alderman because they were like, we're gonna lose anyway. So like, let's just, and because this was made in the early 2000s, so it's like, so we'll just have a black nominee, and then next time in 4 years when we run, we'll run a white guy, but we'll have the minority vote because we ran somebody who was black, and then we'll have the white vote again because we're not running somebody who's black. And yeah, he's like in a relationship with one, and I think there was also a Robin Williams one where he ends up getting in a relationship with somebody. Let's see here. The Peter experience is what we'll call political assassinations from now on. But anyway, the people have spoken, and as you know,
I love democracy. I love the Republic.
and as such, we will go with an armored convoy. All right, saving the game. Here we go. Solidarity. Solidarity! Sounds like commie talk. Let me double check this guide. It doesn't say it's going to make me more millennialist or anything. I don't know. Hey, what can I say? What's an alderman? Mad B City's asking. It's just another. It's not something that's universal in the United States, but you can kind of think of them as a member of city council. But it kind of, you know what, it's honestly complicated depending on where in the United States you go, because sometimes an alderman is something under the city council that the city council itself chooses. Other times the alderman is chosen by the people. Sometimes alderman is chosen by the courts, I think. Because, and you know, sometimes it's interchangeable with a city council, but sometimes you might have a city council and you have the alderman board. You can kind of maybe think of it sometimes as like how some cities will have a mayor that's elected by the people, but then there's a city manager who's an unelected person, which is typically chosen by the mayor and the city council, and they're the ones who actually run the place. You know, I've always talked about how like I am apolitical in my hatred of construction companies, because I think I'm just saying you know, don't get me started on it, but yeah, I think my hatred of construction companies does not give away anything about my personal politics, because when I say that I hate construction companies, I'm talking about the government ones and the private ones and all the ones that work in El Paso, because they all fucking suck. And in that same way, I have an unyielding hatred of the El Paso city manager, Tommy Gonzalez, who I don't know who picked. I frankly don't remember who originally picked him, but he has served through countless administrations, mayoral administrations, city council administrations, of people who have belonged to both the Democratic and the Republican Party, and he just endures and gets paid more than the president every year, and gets raises frequently. And fuck him. And I don't think I'm taking a political stance to say that. So that's why I feel comfortable saying it. Anyway, so that's what an alderman is. Armored convoy time! You guys once been through 4 managers in a year? Jesus, we've had our guy for a long time. At least 3 mayors. It's probably longer, actually. Brickies, is that what we're gonna call people who are in favor of construction? Instead of tankies, they're brickies, because they'd be a building. Alright, so anyway. We're in an armored personnel carrier wearing flak vests. The massive convoy barely fits through the narrow streets. We drove with heavily armed security forces. I must say this was a good decision, sir. This will help ease the tensions, but I hope bringing this much security won't cause any problems. That was my intention all along, as expected. Manager's the hand of the king. Brickies, it must be a Brit thing. Yeah, I've never heard that term, brickies. That's awesome. I'm gonna use that term. Death to the brickies. Chicken's ready, off to lunch. Alright, you have good lunch. They seem to be chanting Yolok Blodrat. It means free bloodish or something of this. Yeah. So, wrote a coat over his suit, marked with red turquoise stripes. Forward to meeting us. Welcome to Ezra. I never am able to pick a voice for this guy. Like, you know, welcome to Ezra. Ezra, Mr. President. That's a little bit too much blah, blah. We're easing the tensions when we roll up with an APC. Yeah. Shake his hand. I'm not sure how bringing your personal army will help. You know what? I need to go for... I might have looked this up before. I need to go for, like, Ben Kingsley's Gandhi. Let's look up some audio of that.
Example of the principles to control us. Despite the best intentions of the best of you, you must, in the nature of things, humiliate us to control us. General Dyer is but an extreme example of the principle. It is time you left.
Okay, I think that might work. Oh, it's a little loud. I am not sure how bringing your personal army will help. They're here for protection. Protection from your own citizens? I guess there must be reason to be fearful. On a day like this, when you want to show support for the murdered bloodish people, you bring men with guns. I don't know what your intention is, but I only ask of you to at least be respectful to the procedures, Mr. President. Let's just move on, Mr. Leakey. He clenched his jaw, Mr. Leakey. Mr. Galad, welcome. Shall we move into the sanctuary then? Okay, we're going red candle for one top of sheriff. Just draws the candles, pick up a candle. People are following suit. Pointed a huge standing torch above the grave. Leave the candle next to it. My fellow citizens, we are here to mourn those who lost their lives tragically. I condemn the events that led to the death of these lives. It's not a personal army, it's a private army, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I share your hatred and anger, I feel it too. Like a red hot mill, it takes a long time to cool down. Look at the lost lives and think, what would they want? He's right! I dream of a united Swordland. Mistakes were made. Thank you. There's only silence. One man broke the silence and shouted, "Do not listen to murderers!" and threw a tomato which hit the ground right in front of me. Immediately after that, the whole crowd joined in with him. Oh, shit. Lucien looked at me worryingly. People started walking closer and closer as they chanted, "Yolak Blodrat." Oh, God. I was immediately surrounded by the security detail I brought with me. They had drawn their guns and pointed at the approaching crowd. We Let's leave, sir, now. So he dashed towards us with a knife. Suddenly the guards fired their machine guns. Oh no! Okay, so the guide I was looking at, because I was trying to see what a capitalist would do. This must be new. Oh, oh man. There was nothing but silence. I gathered up my courage to open my eyes again. I looked at the crowd. The man had fallen to the ground. The crowd panicked and began to run away. I saw another buddy on the ground behind him. It was a boy. A woman, probably her mother, fell on her knees right next to him and caressed his head. Her scream pierced the panic. My God! Everything devolved into utter chaos and we lost control of the situation. Circled by the guards, I was escorted to our vehicle immediately. I heard more gunshots as we drove outside Suzerain. Is it assassination time? Oh, man. Did we get out? Did we get out? Okay, I think we got out, but oh, shit. Oppression of bloodish people. Actions taken by the Soros government are clearly designed to oppress the bloodish population of the country, causing civil strife and institutionalized racism. What? Okay. We vetoed the disability bill. Would ensure the unlucky... Hold on. President Rain has been kicked out by the people of Arizona during the Ashraf anniversary. Since the beginning, his entire visit was clearly a sham to increase his public opinion polls, and the good people of Arizona acted on it. Unfortunately, a few citizens were injured during the stampede. No comments yet. Coward! President Rain is simply and by all means of the word a coward! He could barely bring himself to leave his throne to join the anniversary of a dead man. And when he did, he was so afraid of the crowd that without his armored vehicles and meat shields, he couldn't even walk amongst the people he was supposed to govern over. He must be seeing himself above us, above the people. He thinks he's an elite, a king even. Well, let me tell you the truth, Mr. President. You are a filthy coward. Attended it. A crowd can't even join a crowd for an anniversary. What is he so afraid of? Equal ability bill. Trained it. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, briefing on the current political situation. Lucian stood up. Good morning, sir. Long day, let's begin. Okay, what's up? New plan for the economy. Wants to solidify the plan. We'll schedule a meeting soon to go over the options. Be quick. Our administration depends on it. Moving on. Changes in Supreme Court have been implemented. Mr. Theodore May has begun his duty as a justice. He is certainly going to be loyal to us, and that will bring us considerable power and sway. More importantly, though, the court has selected Aaron Garachi as the new Chief Justice. Let's hope Heron is better than Orso. That wouldn't be difficult, but I fear one guard member has simply been swapped out for the other. That's all for the court updates. Let's talk about our election prospects. I've just received the results of a voter poll commissioned by Peter Vector shortly before his departure. Put it in plain language, it's not promising. Bad, even. The USP stands to lose up to 20% of the vote compared to 1953. Good thing we don't need voters to win the election. What? Swordland is still a democracy, sir, at least on paper. We still have a year to gain more votes, but we've got to think strategically. Fortunately, your new vice president also happens to be an excellent strategist. Go on, Lucian. Looking at the demographics, support among conservatives has plummeted. We can no longer count our vote. The liberals are divided. Quite a few nationalists appear on track to vote for you. If you ever had any support from socialists, you've lost it now. None of the bloodish said they'll plan on voting for you. And we can't expect votes from centrists and non-affiliated voters unless we do something to win them over. Get me those missing votes, Lucian! I shall work on it. Would you like some advice? Please, go ahead. Thank you, Mr. President. This may sound like common sense, but a convincing enough campaign can succeed where policies fail. Even if you've opted not to focus on your campaign at the moment, I'd still advise you to seize every chance for exposure you can. I'll take that into account. They don't care who cares. Want the economy to be suing, propping up the economy. It's a surefire way to win them. Good to know. Stability is key. Lotharbug's up to something. I have reason to suspect that Lilius Graf will attempt to challenge you for USP leadership. Have you been spying on her too? If my suspicions are true, you'll need as many allies within the party as possible, or we can hope the ongoing investigation into the Old Guard unveils enough evidence to neutralize her as a threat. Please keep this close to your chest, sir. You know how much power Miss Graf wields in these halls. Any other advice? That was everything on my end. We make a good team, don't we? And he smiled. Okay. Political overview. Yeah, judiciary. There he is. New Chief Justice. Okay. Radical. Rebel. The gendarme was targeted by the BFF. BFF. Oh my gosh! So there's like there's a straight up uprising. Here, they've seized Seoul Dam. Contentious Seoul Dam has been an important symbol of bloodish oppression in Swordland. The dam currently provides almost 90% of the energy requirement of Bergia and nearby regions. If anything happened to the dam, it would be a disaster of the century. The worst case scenario must be prevented at all costs, even if that means giving in to their demands. Otherwise, Bergia might soon revert to medieval ages. BFF raids governor's office. Governor Braun has been they kidnapped the governor. Polio disease is suppressed after exiting well. And the polio disease, which spread widely, crossed over to Bergia, but thanks to the administration's foresight, large quantities of vaccines have been secured to combat the sickness. So it all worked out. We didn't need to do anything. The free market took care of it. However, it seems the vaccines can merely suppress the disease to a certain extent. Many of the citizens in Bergia and rural areas are procrastinating and administering the vaccine due to travel distance to the nearest clinic and other related reasons, I meant. Justice. Okay. You can't fight an uprising and Rumberg. Well, we're not going to fight Rumberg, so good thing it's not a problem. Briefing on the unrest. You know what? Okay, this seems like it's going to be a pretty big thing. I'm also going to have to change the title of today's video, but I think we're going to stop it there. I do have a lot to do. I got a paper I got to finish up. Let's change the name of this, though. What did we do a lot of today? We did the women's rights. Okay, I'll call this women's rights is... Let's see. If the price... Women's rights are... No, we'll call this, what do we want to call this episode? I'll call this our Cash Money VP. Okay, yeah, so we're going to stop it there. Thank you very much for everybody who donated via Super Chat. It's greatly appreciated. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. We'll have to check the weekly schedule, but if not, then a New England episode will go up. I think I already uploaded it. I just haven't made it public. So the yeah, unfortunately it looks like we missed our chance to get the crocodile tears. It was just a slight mistake. But we're gonna figure it out. Let's see here. But yeah, you all have yourselves a pleasant day. See you later. Next time we'll deal with this uprising.